Welcome to another episode of Mr. Heavy Chevy on YouTube. In this video, we've welded in the spring purchase, set the pinion angle, and driven the 57 Chevy out of the shop under its own power for the first time. Please follow along in this exciting video as we show you what has happened.
Hit the thumbs up.
And a thumbs up. And like it. Oh, I already said that. And subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And watch to the end. That's when all the important stuff is said.
What she said. Alright, Saturday afternoon. I got up early, but I've been planting trees, what I've been doing. Anyway, figured y'all didn't want to see none of that. Shoveling, fighting with a tractor that needs some weight on the back. Anyway, I got a Japanese maple and some other kind of maple, so that's cool. But now, I need to get this car. I think my next charge is lift it up, pull the rear wheels, and weld the spring perches and set the pinion angle with my shims. And then, we can back this car out of the shop, I think, under its own power. Which it needs to do, because I got to replace a headlight bulb on Mama's car. And you know I can't do it unless I'm on the lift. I'm getting soft. And sure I'm glad got some AC in here because it's getting hot. Getting hot here in North Carolina. Oh, and maybe, just maybe, I should clean off my workbench. Alright, I've done pulled the U-bolts and the spring perch. Or the bottom plate there. And now I just need to weld those spring perches up. I could have done it way back when, but I didn't because I was afraid I'd get it too far out of whack. But it just needs a 2.5 degree shim. Let's see, I need to drop the pinion down, so I need to put the shim fat end up on this end. And same thing on the other side there. I need to weld that up and put her back together. I think I'm going to have to add another leaf here because it's awful saggy in the back. And you know how hindsight is. Might have been smarter if I moved that fancy shock mount I built there to the rear more, or to the front or something. Probably to the rear would have been smarter, because there ain't gonna be no whole bunch of clearance between the top of the differential and that. So we're not gonna be able to have her sitting on the rocker panels, which ain't the goal anyway. We just want this a little bit lower and look cool. So, you know, you gotta look cool, like your drive shaft there. Case in point. Alright. Mrs. Heavy Chevy may come back and hang out with me. I'm not sure. She's been busy running the youngster around. You know how that goes. Well, maybe you don't, but that is how it goes. Ooh, I better bolt up my hangers on the mufflers there. That's another thing I do. Build the exhaust, go out the back. I still got a sway bar to put on this thing. Good grannies. Alright, I got her welded up. If you don't believe it, I'll show you. See there? It's not my finest welding. I'm a little out of practice. But I was sweating because I put this on to keep from burning myself. You know, I don't want to look like I've been doing meth. I don't know how these hot girls on Instagram weld all the time with little or nothing on. Little to nothing on. I don't know how they do it. Must be got tough skin. All I know. Alright, I'm going to put my shims in and maybe fog a little paint at it and bolt her back together. And when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and hook my shocks up too. Oh, I got some welding to do. Where'd it go? On the spring purchase, which I had not ever finished. So let me move my welder and I'll do that. Alright, she's finally come up here making herself useful.
I've been useful all day to you. you and your son.
Well, it's your son too.
Well, yeah, but
You can tell what she
acts
thinks.
like you. He's
You
your
can tell
son.
what she thinks of him right now. She said, "Your son." So anyway, she's been up here regaling me with details about a lot of things I probably don't remember about. I got the shims in, everything bolted back together. Did I tell you I was welding the spring purchase on? Yeah, I did that. And we're fixing to put the wheels back on it.
I like how you make all these messes and I clean them up.
It's women's work. And listen, y'all, I'm just jesting. Don't go getting your underwear all in a knot.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, like I say.
All right. I lost my train of thought. Oh, putting the wheels back on, and then I'm going to hook the shocks up because I don't think I'm going to need to take the wheels off. You got to unhook the shocks to let the suspension droop enough to get the tires out. That could be
I told your son that one time when
It's
he
your son too.
was younger, don't get his panties in a bunch, and he said, "What are you talking about? I don't wear panties." I said, "Well, that's good."
That's right. You need to count your blessings.
That's right. Light before-
What?
I'm assuming you're getting this light before you put it down and ruin it?
Well, that would be my intent. You know, they use that word a lot in construction. You're sitting in the meetings and these guys, they say, the intent was blah, 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 blah. The intent is blah, 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 blah.
Doesn't matter.
All right, I'm getting off on a different subject. You guys don't want to hear about work stuff.
All you do is work.
Yeah, but sometimes I work here and it's fun.
Sometimes.
I planted some trees today. I'm going to have to give my buddy Waylon Wire a call, though, because I skunt the bark off a Japanese maple.
Yeah.
On
that
one
what
side.
That is? Japanese maple.
Japanese maple.
And what is the other one?
I don't know. Some kind of maple. All right, got the wheels back on her. She's doing the heavy lifting one more time. You know, one of the goals is to be able to drive this thing in and out so we can have some room to work, to do the seats.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And some stuff like that.
Hot out there.
So, that's our goal. I think we can set her on the ground. I got the shifter hooked up now. I think if we go to work, cleaning all this stuff right here, we might be able to back it out the garage. Wouldn't that be a momentous occasion?
Yeah.
Out the shop.
Can you please discard that
What
skin?
is it you're so worried about?
Because that just gives a constant reminder that thing's in here somewhere. Don't come near me.
Just a little old snake skin.
Yeah.
Ain't no snake in it.
Yeah, but what kind of snake was it?
I'm guessing one of them ones you see over in India with spots on its head and the guy plays the flute and trains it. What kind of snake is that?
Cobra.
Cobra, yeah. Cobra, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm sure. Probably somebody dropped one off out here, had it for a pet. You know,
Probably came on one of those crate packages.
No, it probably came on that Snakes on a Plane movie. She's also making herself useful after she painted the brackets, putting it back together. What are you looking at over there?
I'm not looking at anything under there. You gonna give me the other washer? And not. No.
Careful you don't drop it. Alright, it's time to move. These are a pair of Grandpa's gloves, but they won't fit my hands.
Yeah.
They probably fit yours, though.
I don't know. He got pretty big hands for a small guy. They're a little big, but
That's just what you need.
they were my grandpa's. I didn't know that.
All right. Let's...
Did you get them in the car?
Huh?
Were they in the car?
Just then, yeah.
I mean, when you got the car, were they in it? Or
No.
you got them when we went and got
Yeah.
tails?
Yeah.
What are you
I'm
saying?
gonna make her pry it out of me, ain't I? All right. Yes, we got it in amongst all the stuff when we went and got the tools.
Nice. I didn't know you got those. I was busy sorting through stuff.
All right, we got to put this computer and all this other mess. That's a headlight for the Mama's car. I got to put in, which is the whole reason I'm working on this car, just so I can get it out and put the headlight in. All right, girly whirly, are you ready for it to back out for the first time?
Oh yeah, this is the first time it's backing out on its own power.
Well, we hope.
It will.
We hope. All right.
What you been getting your nose into?
Bet Brown knows it.
That ain't good.
All right, let's see if this thing will run. And if it will, oh man, I gotta fix that. Something's wrong with that. If it will run here, where's all my stuff? Here we go. Here we go. Hear the fuel pump?
You have to wait.
You don't have to wait, but I like to see the screen light up. It still won't start. Well, yes, it will too. We'll let her warm up a minute. Here, you video it coming out. What's that?
Ring I took out of my shoe.
Bring it one here, plug.
Oh! Sorry. Trying to squeal the tires already. There she is. He's kind of cute too.
Well, I rode it up and down the road here just a little bit, you know, just in front of the house. It seems to be fairly lively. But, you know, I can't get into it too much. No space. The brakes need bleeding, apparently. Power steering ain't working right. I don't wonder if I got the pressure and return line cleaned up. But what did you think?
It's awesome.
Did it sound lively?
Yeah. But you were babying it.
I think it's going to be pretty rowdy. Listen to it. All right, we better clean up the shop now. We'll let her cool off. Hey, you want to drive it? Back it up, put it over there behind the Capri. The brakes ain't that great, but they work. Push the button in. There you go. All right, shut it off. Well, what do you think about that?
This is awesome.
All right, we got plenty of stuff to do yet, but it's good to see it move. She's got new hats. MrHeavyChevy.com. You can join the exclusive group of dozens. I don't even know if there's a dozen people got a Mr. Heavy Chevy hat. DD Speed Shop was super cool and had two.
Yeah.
But I think he used it for a transmission fluid rag one time. And then I gave one to Rat Rod Bob. And he's a pretty cool guy. Mm-hmm. And Waylon Wire's got one. And he's a really cool guy. And I got one, and I'm a really cool guy. So you can see the trend, how it goes, okay? All right, we're going to quit talking about 57 Chevys and Q-Jet equipped hats since I got a Holley equipped 57 Chevy out there. And we're going to clean up this shop a little bit and try to get it to where we can work on some seats and pull in Mama's car and change a headlight, but we might not do that today.
I got limited hat t-shirts.
We got shorts.
And I'm putting, I think, 3 new products on the website.
Yeah, so go check them out.
Yeah.
We got credit card payments to make. I love work. I could watch it all day.
I know you could, especially with me doing it.
Well, you gotta admit. You gotta admit, it's kind of fun to watch. All right, let's see if she'll crunk up. It don't like to start. I really need to fix that. It don't like to start for some reason. Like that, it quits. think it'd learn. It's a slow learner. But you hit the gas a little bit. All right, Mrs. Heavy Chevy is going to ring the bell, which is tradition, as you all know. Except, you know, most people don't watch the end of the video. Did you know that?
They should.
They only watch like 20%. Most people watch only 20%. Anyway, that's a shame because that's when the coolest stuff gets said.
Sometimes.
That's when sometimes I impersonate an announcer. Hello everybody, please go to www.mrheavychevy.com where you too can buy a cool hat like this one right here and join the ranks of cool people all over this nation. You gotta go 800 miles betwixt them, but they're there. Do what?
Maybe you need to just start doing that at the beginning and end of your video. Then you'll get them all.
That's a thought, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Welcome to another episode of Mr. Heavy Chevy on YouTube. In this video, we've welded in the spring purchase, set the pinion angle, and driven the 57 Chevy out of the shop under its own power for the first time. Please follow along in this exciting video as we show you what has happened.
Hit it the thumbs up.
And a thumbs up. And like it. Oh, I already said that. And subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And watch to the end. That's when all the important stuff is said.
What she said.